So today we're going to take on the St. Patrick's Day missions in the Hunter Classic, even though we're almost a full week past St. Patrick's Day. We did the Valentine's Day missions last month, and it actually led to a couple of really cool kills, so I'm hoping maybe this can do the same thing. And we have at least 2, maybe 3 animals to take off of Logger's Point, so we have to get a bobcat scoring 8 or higher, and a feral hog from a maximum distance of 30 meters, and as we're hunting for that, if we could get an airborne pheasant scoring over 23, that would be ideal. But we gotta go to Hirschfelden for a wild boar anyways, so if we don't get one here, that'll be fine. But we're gonna hop up here. I think there was a feral hog somewhere nearby, so we might just try calling from here and seeing if it actually comes in. It is just a female, unfortunately, but I don't really care for calling in feral hogs. They take forever, so it'll be good to just get this one out of the way. If we use the right weapon, that would probably be good, but it's under 30 meters. I think a shotgun slug should just drop that. And that'll have that part done, so we gotta find ourselves a male bobcat here. But like I said, hopefully as we do that we can run into some pheasants. We're definitely in an area on northern Logger's Point where they could be, and we're gonna be headed south, which again can be good for pheasants. It really depends on the spawn. But brain shot our hog. I don't know why that's taken forever to calculate. It might just not. Every now and then that happens, so if we resume... Is that going to check that off the list for the mission? It might take a while. We'll kind of watch and see, but I don't know why that happened. Alright, so it was just taking a little bit to come up, but that actually counted, which is good, because like I said, I really don't care to sit and call in feral hogs to 30 meters. So now we need to reload our birdshot and probably take that scope off of there. And hopefully, like I said, as we're hunting around looking for a decent bobcat, maybe we can kick up a good-sized pheasant. So we can just kind of get it to highlight. There is a really good-sized rooster pheasant in there. It's 25 to 30, so all we gotta do is actually hit him out of the air and we're good for that. Right up here by the tower. So if we kind of walk behind him, flushing him should have him go kind of straight away. I don't like all the brush and stuff there. That might make it a little more difficult, but the other thing is, he's pretty well hidden to where I don't know exactly where we're walking to. I don't see him. Alright, we're just going to get ready and try to flush him up. See if we can hit him. That'll work. And there is another one. I think we're just behind that. That's interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen them do that. It might have been because he flew into the trees and didn't want to fly through there, but I really don't recall ever seeing them 180. That was kind of weird, but I definitely want to claim the big one first, because not only was he the max score estimate, he also was max weight estimate. He's 2.8 kg, 26.5. That's definitely not huge or anything, but that's easily going to complete that objective. And I don't have a clue what this other one was. Didn't get that spotted or anything, but it was a male. Looks like a pretty small one. Hey, low weight, and we actually hit it the first time. I don't know if that would have impacted him flying back our way or not, but that one was only 21, so good we had the other one. So a quick fast travel to the center tower, and I think we've got ourselves a bobcat that'll complete that last objective here. He's 10 to 25 kg and 6 to 9 on the score estimate, but I think every male bobcat scores above 8, so as long as we can make the shot, all we gotta do is take him with permitted ammo. That'll work for that, and in less than 20 minutes, we've taken 3 of the 7 animals that we need. So if we don't count the group of mule deer does and the one whitetail doe that walked through here just as we got in the tower and I looked around, we never even had the chance to shoot a deer, and we got all 3 of those objectives out of the way, and I kind of figured we might hunt around and get the chance at some bucks, but we're headed to Hemeldal now. We need a red fox weighing at least 10 kg, a brown bear weighing at least 350 kg with a slug, and a willow ptarmigan shot from over 25 meters with any shotgun, so hopefully doing that we're going to get some other stuff in between. So of course we're straight into another animal that should complete our objective right away. I think we needed a 350 kg brown bear, and his minimum was 350, so if we can get into shotgun range, hopefully we can get that one done. But it was one of the first tracks I picked up. I think it was 330 to 400 or something like that, and luckily he's at least 350, so as long as we can get, I don't know, another 30 or 40 meters closer, we should be good. He's actually kind of heading back this way, so I don't know really what range we should go for. I know from hunting black bear for a competition, The slugs do okay. Make sure we have slugs loaded. We might just try this. We gotta hug the shoulder though, because if we hit him in the intestines, he's gonna run forever. And I keep on talking about it lately, but bear hitboxes are a little bit weird. And pretty much anything behind the shoulder is intestines, so we gotta be careful. And of course, he dropped down over that hill, so we might end up getting a lot closer. Well, that should work. He's actually coming back. Let's see. Well, whatever we got, dropped him in his tracks, so that should have that out of the way. I think the red fox is going to be the most challenging, but where we are, we should be able to just kind of head to our west a bit and go and get the ptarmigan. Maybe we'll stumble into a good enough red fox on the way. Double lung and 389 kg. He is lower end of that score estimate, but with the weight estimate that makes sense. But I kind of thought the brown bear could be a pain, because we got his track and then spooked him. But luckily he ended up kind of walking back towards us and making it a bit easier. I could actually see the range part of this mission being difficult, because we have to be over 25 meters, and it's a pretty small target to hit. Since these are all kind of chilling here, I'm trying to check the scores and see if there's any that are really good sized. None look especially large. I didn't realize there was one flying around right there, though. I don't even know if we got that. Unless... is that it there? No, that was just chilling there. It felt like we were on for that. It has to be airborne, so we better be a little more careful here. Let's see if we can get this one. Alright. That was not how that was supposed to go. I don't even know if it's going to count it, to be honest. But we ended up getting the second one. I'm almost sure we hit the first one. Like, the shot felt good, but it clearly didn't drop. And I have no idea if we shot a good sized one or not. Actually, not too bad, almost 700. And at least that does complete that part of the mission. It would have been nice to get 2 of them anyway, because I've been trying to get up to 100 of all species in the game, and we're quite close on the willows, but I think because the red fox may actually take us the longest, we better actually go and look for that. And I guess we could do that on Hirschfelden as well. We'll at least spend a little time here first. I don't imagine she'll actually be big enough, but I realized the mission actually is just any red fox weighing over 10 kilograms. I kind of thought initially there would have to be a male, which most of the time it is, but females can definitely get that big. I think I saw her score estimate only goes to 20, which means she would be too small. For a second there I thought we completely missed, but it's going to be just something decent, and at least a good sign coming over to the east side that maybe this is where most of the red fox are, because I don't know Himmeldal well at all for red fox hunting, but I'm thinking if we kind of stay maybe even off the road a little bit and go up through, or down through really, on that side, we should run into a decent amount of them. I can't imagine with that weight estimate they're going to be above 10 kg. It's going to be a really close shot as she's ready to spook, but that's a cross fox, which is kind of cool. And she had a decent enough estimate, but yeah, 8.6 kg, pretty much the same as the other one. Shot her pretty much straight in the shoulder blade. But at least we're, well, for one, getting our 100th harvest with the engraved 12 gauge Maisto. And what I was going to say was, we're earning a decent amount of GM, because the female foxes that we've shot have been decent sized. So at least there's that. And the fact that we already have another one, I gotta think we're in the right area. Just gotta be a matter of time till we find a big enough one. Well, if the mission was to get one of all the common fur types, with this female, we'd be good. That's a gray fur type. And that was a pretty close range shot to be directed center mass, but we're just managing to get decent sized red fox, all different at least, which is at least keeping it interesting. Hard shot even though it's not highlighted, we hit pretty much everything. But yeah, none have actually been that big, so I want to go down to the bottom corner anyway, just since it seems like there are a lot of red fox in through here. And if we don't find anything, we'll just head to Hirschfelden and hope to accomplish it there. Well, that's a little unfortunate. At least we have a bull reindeer down here. Better than nothing at all, because we're pretty much in that bottom corner. I am surprised that didn't drop him. I guess we only got one lung, but at least he's not going to run very far and we can get out of here, because at this point, I figure our best bet is to try Hirschfelden. I'm really not super confident we're going to be able to get one easily there, but maybe it'll be just a little kinder to us with the spawn, so we'll give that a shot, and at the very least we can maybe go and get our wild boar. And if we don't get the fox, we'll kind of just make our decision after that. So all we actually need for our wild boar is one that weighs over 160 kg, and this guy here has an estimate of 150 to 180, so I think we'll try to take him with the 7mm Mod 8. It's actually kind of good we're in a tripod so we don't have to deal with the guns built-in bipod. That actually hit a lot further to the side than I wanted, though. I imagine 2 shots is perfectly allowed, so if he's going to weigh over 160, I mean, you can see we've traveled 400 meters since we started on Hirschfelden. I'd like to know the total amount of time we spent hunting a red fox, because if this guy makes it, it's probably already going to be close to 3 times the amount of time that it took to get like everything else totaled, and we still don't have a 10 kg plus red fox, which that's not even that big. That's kind of average size male, I would say. There was one male out here who walked away, but he was a max of 10 kilograms, so still not going to be big enough. I am curious here. Is that the track of the one we saw? Should be. Did we get a lung or anything? We got intestines, so he'd have gone down, but it would have been a lot more tracking. But let's see, 160 or higher for this guy? 161.3. So literally, I don't think we've spent more than maybe 40 minutes in total, like, with everything except for red fox. We're at just over 2 hours total, counting red fox hunting time, so hopefully, sometime between now and the next 2 hours, we can get that done, but we'll spend a little time here on Hirschfeld, and I think kind of going down through like this should get us some red fox sightings, and if that doesn't work, I guess Valuable is always an option. I think we finally have our red fox for this. He's 22 to 29 on the score estimate. Like I said, I think 22.2 would be 10 kg, so there's probably a really tiny chance that he's not good enough, but with that estimate, he's got a really solid chance, and he was walking in for a decent amount, which usually is a thing only the bigger foxes do. So let's take him. Hopefully that is going to complete our mission, and really, I wouldn't have guessed, but Hirschfelden wasn't too bad. We had a decent-sized male coming in right away, and he's not there by much. 10.5 kg, 23 score, but that is going to complete the mission and actually earn us some pretty cool rewards. I hadn't looked at them until just now. I think there's the like trophy that everybody gets for completing like any event, but then there was 3,000 GM and a tent, which is really, really useful. They just recently increased the cap of total number of tents you can place on every map, so that's going to be a good thing to place somewhere. And I think we actually get the tent now. I don't think we have to wait till the event's over. So what I'm thinking is, we may go back to Loggers Point just because we didn't get to hunt deer very much, and that was something that I wanted to do. And we'll see if we can find ourselves a new tent location and maybe get some kind of decent buck in the process. Well, that didn't take very long at all. We barely got up in this stand. I could hear this guy's footsteps as he was getting closer. 175 to 200. He's got nice long tines. He's got the one sticker I saw. We'll just drop him there. We haven't hardly gotten anywhere. I fast traveled up to the center tower and then just walked down to here. That guy looks really, really solid. I don't know if that one sticker, I don't even see it now. I don't know if it's going to hurt him that much, but I think he is an 8x8. 178, so he must have been hurt a little bit, but that's definitely a good buck. It is the only real fly I see with that rack, and I'm not even sure if that's enough to take away 2 inches from him, so he might not have even been a 180 anyway, but still our best kill of the hunt, and really we're just kind of getting started looking for a tent location, so maybe we can even top that, but I'm kind of thinking of going somewhere down near the crater again. We had a tent down there for a long time, and then we sort of redid our logger setup. But that's kind of the one glaring area of the map where there's no spawn location, so we'll head down there and see if we find anything else on the way. So there wasn't too much going on since we got our whitetail, but it's kind of fitting that it was a good-sized whitetail buck. And by the way, I don't know if this is randomized or what, but we have a tropical camo tent, which I'll probably switch it out for something I have on Pick-a-Bean, because I think I probably have some orange ones over there, but for now this works. And something I want to try is placing a tower kind of in the crater here. So I know I have a bunch of them, I just got to figure out where they're sitting. Scroll past quite a few of them, but if we put one down in here, I think it might actually be a decent idea, and as I mentioned, kind of fitting we just shot a good-sized whitetail buck, because right down here is where we got our 190, and I kind of think that might be a good spawn location, because it's right against the water, so animals can't go much farther north, and then maybe that would force them down here into the crater, and I'm thinking this little high spot down here might be good for a tower, so it could be something to experiment with in the future. Now these actually take 24 hours to construct, so we won't be able to see exactly what the view from it's going to be like, but just looking up here, we are kind of limited on what we can see, but I'm hoping by being elevated in the tower, we'll be able to see more of like everything that's up in there. And it's all within render, like that's 270 meters, we can actually even see a little rabbit hopping along. But I think that might be a good spot and one that we'll try out in the future, but that was nice to get the missions done. It was nice to actually get a tent as a reward. That was not something that I planned. And we actually got ourselves a pretty decent whitetail buck as well. I think it's probably the best since we shot the 190, so not too bad. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.